Yeah, hi. Thank you for joining me once again. My name is Nanapoku, and it's great to have you back. So today I'm just out and about looking for last minute shopping. Trying to buy stuff for Christmas. As you can see, and we've only got it's exactly a week from now. Christmas is just a week from now, so I'm out here trying to do my last minute shopping for the family and friends. So I just thought I would let you know. Obviously, this no Christmas is just around the corner. The year is actually 2020 is actually over. Oh, thank goodness for that. And as I was driving today, it just occurred to me that I should share some of my mistakes with you guys. Some of the mistakes that I've done in the past. It's all about trying to set up a business in Ghana, trying to move to Ghana. And in my quest to do that, the mistakes that I've done in the past, I thought I would share with everyone. So obviously, if you want to move to Ghana, there are so many things you need to consider. Just like I said in my previous video, the most important thing is the job you'll be doing, what you'll be doing, for income, because you need to earn something to be able to, you need to earn a living, basically, even when you're in Ghana. Oftentimes, people have chosen to be self-employed, which I 100% support that, being self-employed. So now, I just want to share with you some of the routes that I took, some of the businesses proposals that were suggested to me by family and friends when I decided to move to Ghana. And everyone was talking about transportation business. And when I say transportation business, in Ghana there's something called work and pay, where you buy a vehicle, and then you give to somebody to use for transportational work. That is, they call it Uber. There's Uber there as well, and there's the local taxis. So I thought it was nice. It sounded lucrative to me, so I decided to go for it. And when the time was ready, me and my partners, we gathered money and we left for Ghana. We bought 3 vehicles, one for taxi, one for the local trotro, and also one for a private car which could be used as Uber. And I'll be right back with more details, how we succeeded or how we lost everything. So stay with me, and I'll be right back. Let me do a bit of shopping. Let me do a quick shopping, and then I'll come back with more details. So stay tuned. Pause it. Welcome back. As I was saying, I'm about to explain what really happened. So I bought a Ford Transit for Trotro, a Corsa, Vauxhall Corsa for taxi, and a VW Passat for the Uber. And as we were there in Ghana for the first week, we signed all the contracts with our drivers, and we assigned each vehicle to a particular mechanic shop. As we were there for the first week, everything was smooth. The taxi was making sales every night. They will come for the vehicle from where we left the vehicle. The driver will come for the vehicle in the morning and then bring it in the evening. And he was doing that, making sales. The Ford Transit was also doing the same. It will be taken from the house in the morning, and then in the evening they will bring it back with the sales. You come and make sales, and everything was okay. For the Uber, it was like a hire purchase. It was like a hire purchase contract. So the guy was paying for it, and at the end of 24 months, the vehicle will be his. Everything was smooth for the first week. Soon as we left, boom, that was where the problem started. So every week, every day, we'll get a call saying that there's something wrong with the vehicle, and which means the sales that they've already given to us, we have to use that same money to go and repair. So in the end, we were not making any profit. The funny thing is that the high purchase was making money, only because he knows at the end of the term, which is 24 months, he will be paid. But with those who were meant to be doing sales at night every day, we kept having these problems. And I don't have any mechanical background, so anything that they were saying, we had to just go with what they're saying, because we were desperate to get all the vehicles back on the road again, because we felt like we're losing money, considering the amount of money that went into it, from purchasing the vehicle from Europe, shipping it down to Ghana, registering it, and all of that. You see, so we felt like we've spent a lot of money and a lot of cash has gone into it. So we were desperate to get all these cars back on the road. And there were even times that we had to, use our own pocket money to fix the vehicles, which was not right. And we at some point we had to get rid of the drivers and bring in a new drivers, but the issue was still going on. After a month, you see the problem will start. So if anybody wants to go into the transport business, this is my personal view. If you want to go into this transport business, you have to be very, very careful. I can only tell you what the experience that we've been through, and I can tell you for a fact that unless you are somebody with a mechanical background and you're ready to you're ready to be there whenever there's problem, you're good with the vehicle, you know how to diagnose, or maybe petty things you can fix it yourself, then or you have a reliable mechanic, because some of these guys are dodgy. They work with the mechanics, anything that they want, they ask of the mechanic will do. That's how unfortunate the situation was for us, whereby the drivers were conniving with the mechanics to sort of dupe us. So as we speak, as I'm talking to you right now, the vehicles are the one that we did the hire purchase with. He was able to pay his money. He was able to pay for it at the end of the 24 months. But the other vehicle, the Ford Transit for the Trotro and the Corsa for the taxi, kept on going to the mechanic and then back on the road and back to the mechanic, like back and forth, which means we lost a lot of money. So if anybody wants to do, in my own opinion, if anybody wants to want to go into the transport business, these are the things that you need to consider. I would strongly suggest that you find proper drivers, trustworthy guys, people who are willing to work for you. And I would ask that maybe everyone should go to this hire purchase, consider the hire purchase option, because with that in mind, the said driver is aware that at the end of the 24 months, he'll be the owner of the vehicle. You see, so they take very good care of the car, and they make sure they pay you on time, as they know if they don't do that, you can confiscate the car or something like that, because that's what the contract says. So if you honestly want to go into the transportation business, I will stress that you choose this option, which is they call it in Ghana they call it what's it called? What's it called? Pay and what? I've just said it. I can't remember what I said. They call it high purchase, but they have a local name for it. Either pay back later or whatever. Yeah. So what was it called?
purchase?
No. Apart from the hire purchase, they have this one called. In Ghana, they have the term.
Oh, okay.
Driver
Tia.
No, not driver Tia. No, it's an English. It's an English. It's an English word. Work and pay. Work and pay. Yeah, the work and pay option is the best. The work and pay option is the best. Transportation business is booming, but if you don't go through this channel, if you don't go through this if you don't take this option, you lose money just like we did.
This how much they got, but they didn't.
No. So with the sales, what's that, man? You never get that. The only thing they will use to beat you when it comes to the sale is they will say,
they used it.
No, the car broke down. So for instance, you'll be obviously when you're in Ghana, you'll also be doing your work. Yeah. Apart from all these small businesses that you set aside, you would also be doing you have something going. So for instance, because of business, you're in Kumasi and your church is in Accra. So the driver will call you, oh boss, unfortunately for us, the vehicle broke down. You still have passengers on and all of that, so I'm taking it to the mechanics. If you don't have anybody to go and verify, and you just take what the driver is saying, well, you take his word as gospel truth, that's where you start losing money. So these are the kind of things that you need to consider. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. Before I go, when it comes to the transportation business as well, we've also tried the tracks, the tracks and the payloaders and whatnot. So the tracks, what I mean about tracks is, there's the track that they used to carry sand for construction. It can be used to carry, those ones with the buckets, those lorries, wagons with the buckets at the back. Those are the ones that I'm referring to. So we bought one, and it's also known as tipper track. It's got a tipper at the back, those ones. We bought one, and unfortunately for us, again, we didn't have a good driver. We did not have a good driver, and with the tipper track, is such an expensive vehicle, so the parts are proper expensive. So if you have a driver who is not trustworthy and a dodgy driver who comes with tricks, even a tire at that time, the wheels were going for about $300, or between $250 $300 per tire, and each vehicle had about, I think they had 2 tires at the front, and then they had 6 tires. So you multiply, say, $300 by 6. So if you have a dodgy driver who doesn't go by the vehicle's loading specification, and they intend to overload the vehicle so they can make a bit of money on the side, then you have an issue with replacing tires every single day. And imagine how expensive the tires are, and sometimes the way they drive the vehicle, because it's like this, in the day's work, they want to do more than they can do in the amount of time that they have. In a short period of time, they want to do more so they can have some money on the side, so they overstretch the vehicle, and these vehicles, like I said, the parts are too expensive. So if you have a driver who's not taking care of the vehicle, then you will end up spending more money on the vehicle. So in our case, what actually happened was that this guy that we assigned the track to gave it to somebody else. And what happened was, so that's how it works. So you see, I've given the track to Mr. So and so. He would then give it to Mr. So and so. At the end of the day, I've given them a set price amount of money that they need to bring to me per day or per week. If, let's assume they're paying $2,000 a week. That's what the money they have to give to me after, buying diesel. After buying diesel, that's how much they have to give to me per week, 2,000. Now, this guy will then give to. It's like he will sublet it to somebody else. I don't know if it makes sense. And that person will also, want to cover his own cut at the end of the week, as well as the original guy that I gave the track to. He will also want to get something, and after that, they also have to meet my target, the amount that I've given them. So imagine the stress that they will put the vehicle through just to be able to, put some money in their pocket and then be able to pay for what I'm asking for.
But the first guy is paying you, and he gives it someone for the other guy to make extra money for them to share.
That's what I'm saying. So the first guy, the first guy is paying me, but the first guy is paying me, but he also wants to have something in his pocket, and the third guy will also want to have something in his pocket. So it's like the vehicle in a week is working double. It's working double. So that's the situation. You cannot have eyes all over. We decided to it went on, and then we decided to put tracking devices, because that's what some people were suggesting, that we should put tracking devices on the vehicle. But it was a little bit too late. To cut the long story short, this guy had a big accident, and so we didn't even know that this was what the guy was doing. Everything came in the open when the car was involved in an accident. The truck was involved in an accident. We had people rush there, and it wasn't even the driver that we've given the truck to. It was somebody else. And this is the case that the truck was registered in our company's name, so which means we had to bear the cost of whoever he was involved in the accident with. We had to bear their cost and pay out some medications and insurances, and there was damage on the road, so we had to make sure we repair all of that. And it really, obviously, it dented, it put a stamp on our finances. That was a terrible time. So personally, I wouldn't go into transportation business. So if anybody is thinking about going into transportation business, unless you're available, to be supervising and checking these drivers, because I've dealt with 4 of them, more than 4. None of them was trustworthy. If you keep moving, come on. And none of them was trustworthy. So yeah, these are the things that you need to consider if you want to go into the transport business. If any of you watching me have been in this business and if you succeeded, kindly let me know, because I just want to know how it worked. So far we've tried it 4 times, and only one method worked, which was the hire purchase. We got our money, but even that money we're using it to solve problems, with some of the drivers and the nonsense that they were doing. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure being with you again. Kindly subscribe, like, share our videos, and I love you all. Bye. Yeah, the sad thing is that in Ghana you can, there are a few people that you can trust when it comes to business and leaving your business for somebody to manage. Because they don't have the same. It's like, I don't want to use certain words to describe my people, but that's the fact. Sometimes unless you are ready to be there yourself, do not give your business to anybody to manage. It would never go well for you. Nobody can manage your business more than you yourself. You see, so if you don't have the time, to be supervising any business that you're doing in Ghana, then I would suggest that you shouldn't go into any business at all. Yeah, because most people have proven to not to be trustworthy, you know. And it doesn't matter how much you're paying them. It doesn't matter how much incentives you're giving them. Some people are just like that, you know, which is unfortunate, because sometimes you've gone there with the aim not just to make money, but to, you know, help with the employment situations, you know, by employing a few people just so they can also be able to provide for their family. But then oftentimes the way they repay you with they don't repay you well, you know, they don't treat your business good. Most people are laid back, you know. I don't think they're lazy, they're just laid back. And it's like, I don't know if they do this on purpose, but it's like anytime you leave a business for a local Ghanaian man, it doesn't seem to, and this person can be your friend, your old friend, or even your family, you know, you'll be disappointed. So I'm just sounding a warning to anybody who want to thrive in Ghana. If you're not ready or willing to be right at the center of what you're doing, then have a change of mind. Ghana is not for you. Then Ghana is not for you. Don't jump at the back of the bandwagon, yeah? Not because everyone is doing it, so you also want to do it. You know, if you don't plan properly, you're not going to make it. You know, you will run back to wherever you came from. You know, don't make the move as all of a sudden. Take your time, yeah? Do it bit by bit. Don't rush. Don't jump right into the middle of the water. Just test the waters before you put both feet into the water. In anything that you do in Ghana, you know, just test it and learn from people. Those who have achieved, those who have been in the business for long and they've achieved it. They've achieved something. Learn from them. Yeah? It's very, very important. You know, I wish somebody had told me all this before, you know, even beginning this. We should be in Ghana by now. I'm in England now because of the COVID. You know, we had a project that was ongoing in Ghana this year, and as soon as we touched down in March, the pandemic started, and which meant that we were not able to do anything because of the lockdown, and the borders were closed as well. Airports were shut. So that was why this year has totally been Sefini. This year is just gone, you know, couldn't do anything. So yeah, next year we're looking to do more stuff, you know, more videos, more projects. You know, we'll give you an update. We'll let you know as we go along. Yeah. And hopefully I should meet some of you in Ghana. Thank you very much for watching.